is Upbeat with beatboxer, musician, speaker, and show host, Parker K.
Hey, welcome to Upbeat, and thank you very much for being here and for listening in today. It is October 4th, 2021, which means, I guess it means a few things. It's Halloween month. It's officially fall. I freaking love fall. A bunch of you probably love fall too. It's the fourth quarter of the year, and kind of a special thing for me in my life. Tomorrow is the anniversary of my viral video beatboxing with a McDonald's cup. So that was posted on Facebook on October 5th, 2015. So it's been 6 years, which is crazy. Time is moving way too fast. Anyway, it also means, now that it's October 4th, 2021, it means that there are 88 days left in the year. And it just reminded me, in my first year of podcasting, I made an episode called 85 Days to Success. And it was all about not giving up on the year just yet, and really a reminder to utilize the rest of the time we have in the year to accomplish the things we want to. That year was 2019, and at the time of the episode, there were 85 days left in the year. Today, that stands as one of Upbeat's most popular episodes, and I received a lot of really great feedback from the listeners. So I wanted to highlight some of that episode here with you today. Again, now that it's October 4th, 2021, and we've got 88 days left in the year, the topics covered in this episode still are totally relevant for us now, and we can accomplish a ton. We can accomplish so many things before we close out 2021. We don't have to wait until the new year to set and achieve goals, because we've got 88 days still that we could be working on things and growing. So with that said, let's get into it. Let me ask you this. This is kind of the bulk of the episode, what it's about. But let me ask you this. Do you have any goals or New Year's resolutions that you set that you haven't accomplished yet? Or did you set any goals to maybe lose weight, get better grades, find a new job, read more, travel more, whatever your goals are, and whether you've started them or not? Do not wait until 2020 to start them. Okay, you guys, there are still 85 days left in 2019, and there's plenty of time for you to start right now and still make a lot of progress. Do not delay your goals another 85 days just so you can start in 2020 when everybody else is starting and when it's a popular thing to do. Start right now. You've got 85 days left. And let's say I didn't start the podcast yet and I started right now. That's still 12 episodes that I can do before the end of the year. That's crazy. 12 episodes is a good amount. Let's say your goal was to work out 3 times a week. That's still, what is that? That's still 36 trips to the gym left in 2019. And honestly, that's that's the one I need to do. I haven't set any health goals. I really need to do that. But honestly, imagine how much progress can be made with 36 trips to the gym. And that's before 2020 is even here. So whatever your goals are, imagine how much progress can be made before 2020. There's so much time, you guys. And actually, that reminds me, Peyton Wilfley and I, Peyton Wilfley from episode 39, and I talked a little bit about this. Let me play it back for you real quick.
We overcomplicate how much time we actually have. I think we always think we don't have time. We have so much freaking time. Mm-hmm. If you think about it, 24 hours a day times 7, into the math there. That's a lot of hours in a week, right? And so, you sleep for 8 hours. I'll just do the math right now. We'll do a little calculator with everyone right here. 24 times 7, that's 168 hours in a week, right? And so you have 168 hours. Then what's 8 times 7? Let's just say sleep. 8 times 7, that's what? That's 56. That's 56.
Sure.
Yeah. So minus 56 from that. So then now 112 hours of when you're awake, at least, partially awake. Sometimes you're groggy or you're falling asleep, whatever. But 112 hours of when you're awake. So you work 40 hours a week, minus 40. That's 72 hours right there. 72 hours right there of time when you're not working full time and you're awake that you could be doing something else. So you have a time for another full-time job, theoretically, a full-time job and a half, basically. And so there's so much stuff you can do. And then, if you have to sit down and watch Netflix for an hour every day, then that's something that you need to sacrifice. There's stuff that we prioritize and we say we have no time, but in reality, it's not that we have no time, it's that we don't care to make time for it. Everyone has time for what they want to make time for. If you think you don't have time, you have time. It's just you have no discipline.
Time management and priorities.
Yep.
I'm not the greatest at math, so I'm glad that Peyton walked us through that with a calculator. But essentially, if you work a full-time job, 40 hours a week, and you get a full 8 hours of sleep every single night, there are still 72 hours available every week. Now, of course, I get it. We all have other things going on too, like church, doctor's appointments, sports practices, music practices. And if you have kids, you also have all the things that they're involved in. And that 72 hours starts dwindling down. But let's say you're super busy and you've got 5 extra hours of stuff every day, each of the 7 days a week. That still leaves you with 37 hours a week free. But honestly, scratch that. Even if you just have 5 hours a week that are free, you can still do a lot of damage with that. I just would urge you, if you have something you love, if you have something you're passionate about, or if you have new goals that you really want to accomplish, you can do a lot with 5 hours a week. And that's really low to probably what we all actually have, between that 30 and 70 extra hours a week. But really, it comes down to priorities. What's important to you? What are you willing to make time for? Or rather, what are you willing to sacrifice other things for? You want to hit the gym? You want to read more? You want to travel more? You want to have more dates with your significant other? You want to start a podcast or a YouTube channel? You want to start a blog? You've got time. I promise you, if you set goals and you make them important to you, then they will become a priority in your life, which means you will make time for them, which means you will achieve them. But anyway, I think we got that topic covered. But in the spirit of time and on the opposite side of the spectrum, I do really want to point out that time flies. In the now, we may think we have no time. Looking forward, we think we have a lot of time. But looking back, we think, where did the time go? And time's just a really valuable thing. And I would just encourage you to really take a look at your life and decide who and what is important to you and allocate your time accordingly. So there you have it, a clip from the archive, still totally relevant today. And it's true, time does fly. And there's an example in that, even just right now, as I'm creating this episode, I'm pulling audio from an episode that I made 2 or 3 years ago. And it feels like I recorded that yesterday, but it's been 2 or 3 years. And being that it's the anniversary of my viral video, I look back to the viral video. I look back to all those experiences that came with that. And it feels like yesterday, but it was 6 years ago. So it's true. Looking back, we think, where did the time go? And also true, we can accomplish so much in the fourth quarter of the year. We've got 88 days left in 2021. How are we going to use them? But that's all for this episode. As always, thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this one, please share it with a friend and leave an upbeat review. That is always much appreciated. You're the best. I'll see you next week.
This is Upbeat with beatboxer, musician, speaker, and show host, Parker K. Subscribe at parkerk.co.